Hello. My name is Aniruddha, and in today's video, I am going to flip through all the birds that I painted last month for the Birdtober challenge. This is the first one. It's a blue-winged pitta from Southeast Asia. Nice strong start. Number two is a Cuban trogon, same style, same paper, done in 40 minutes. This is a Eastern Rosella. Change the paper here. Next is a superb fruit dove. Both this one and this one Australian birds. A lot of Australian birds this time around. Next is the common tailor bird. This was a bit of a cheat. I already had this one lying around. There's a video of how I painted it, link right here. So I didn't want to paint another one so soon. I just used this one. Next is the white-capped albatross, number 5. This was a bit of a struggle, mostly because of the paper. I don't quite enjoy this particular paper. Next is the bearded reedling. You can see these marks on the paper. That's because a lot of these are done on the backside of failed paintings. So I've reused a lot of paper when doing the series. Next is the pin-tailed wida from Central Africa. This one I struggled with. My first attempt went wrong. This is the second attempt. Then the peregrine falcon, found across the world. Also the fastest bird in the world. Video for this is there on my channel. I hope you've already seen it. If not, link right here. Then is the red munia. This is a bird found in my part of the world in South Asia. I have seen them quite often, but I've never seen one as red as this. Then is the magnificent frigate bird from the Caribbean. I struggled to find a good reference photo for this, but once I did, it was super fun to paint. Next is the azure tit. This one I wasn't quite sure about. I could have gone darker. I didn't quite like it on first impression, but now it's growing on me. Then is the common potu. This is a bird from South America, if I'm not mistaken. Similar to nightjars, it's a nocturnal bird. And I think this one is my favorite from this year. It's turned out really nice. And this khadi paper really brings out the granulation in the ultramarine blue here. Then is the scarlet ibis from South America. Again, I have done a video for this. Link. Then comes the white-naped crane from Japan and Korea, if I'm not mistaken. Next, cattle egret, another bird from my part of the world and found across Asia and Africa, if I'm not mistaken. This one was a bit of a struggle because I initially picked the wrong reference photo, but once I found the right one, I got a good result. Next is the white-cheeked turoko. I'm a little unsure about this one. I think I could have done better. Oh well, that's the nature of this challenge. You have to keep moving fast to the next one. I have the same feeling about this one. It's a Cape Batis, small bird from South Africa. Not quite up to the mark in my opinion. Next is a pink robin. Now this bird, I always thought this was a Photoshop bird. I couldn't imagine such a color actually existing in real life. So much so I don't have it on my palette. I had to use a water soluble pencil to get this. Now I have recorded the process for this bird, but I haven't put it up on YouTube yet. So if you would like to see it, do leave a comment down below and I will narrate and post it. Next comes the pine grosbeak. I've chosen to do a female bird in this particular instance. Most times I do the male bird. I think this one was my most disappointing bird from this series. I don't know, I just couldn't make it work. Next is a bird called a blue throat. I've actually seen this bird in person. It's a winter visitor to my city of Mumbai. I saw one just last year actually. Next is the black-headed gull, another winter visitor to Bombay. This is an ornate hawk eagle. I love how the light and shadow of this has come about. So much so that it has hidden some of the flaws in the drawing. Next is a mandarin duck. It's from China, but now it's been introduced across the world. Very popular bird. Next is the common emu from Australia again. Now, next, the blue penguin or little penguin from New Zealand. This is one of the birds which I had a hard time finding a reference image. Finally, I found one with some really nice evening lighting and I thought I would integrate that into my scene. I really like this result. Another Australian bird, the common gala. We're now almost at the end of Birdtober, end of the series. Next, this is the Bohemian waxwing. Seems to be quite popular with artists. I see a lot of people trying to paint him. I got the drawing a little wrong, but I still love the final result that I've achieved, especially these smooth transitions here. This can be called a bit of a cheat bird. It's a stock-billed kingfisher. The prompt was artist's choice. So I painted this a bit before October started as a warm-up. The plan was to have all 31 done in this style, but I ended up taking a lot more care and time for the rest of the birds. This can be done in 30 minutes. It's paint first and then line. Then is the Allen's hummingbird for the 30th of October. Really love the result I've achieved, especially how the background and the subject played together. And last is this spotted owl. I took longer than I'd envisioned to paint this. Might have overworked it a bit, but fairly good result at the end of the day. So that's it from me. That's my Birdtober. Thank you for joining me. Please remember to do all the YouTube things. Like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Lots of new material coming up.